About to get started here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to get started here. How many of you guys have had a chance to watch any of Michelle Obama's podcast there? I think she's in her 3rd edition. I think you're going to find it very interesting. See how it all turns out here. We're going to see Michelle Obama getting out here on these internet streets. And I think it's going to be a different environment for her. We're going to see. We're going to take a look at Michelle Obama's podcast. If you subscribe, join on YouTube, then, let us know what you think of the conversation. Michelle Obama. She's out here in these YouTube streets here, guys, and hope it all works out for her. It's a different world outside of that controlled environment. The White House here. Let's get started. What do you think, man?
She snubbed both Jimmy Carter's funeral and Trump's inauguration. And last week, Barack went to a basketball game all by himself. Turns out Michelle's been busy working on a new podcast, and so far, it's been a flop. The first 2 episodes have been up all day and only gotten a few thousand views on YouTube. Half of them are probably primetime producers. But still, Michelle's spilling the family secrets, like how Barry gets on her nerves. Listen.
Barack, he had to adjust to what on time was.
Because he was on that island time.
Well, but, I've got this husband who's like, when it's time to leave, it's 3 o'clock, he's getting up and going to the bathroom. And I was like, dude, like 3 o'clock departure means you've done all that, It's like, don't start looking for your glasses, at the 3 o'clock departure. But he's improved over 30 years of marriage. But that was you must adjust.
Michelle says her husband doesn't really like people, doesn't know how to talk to him, and doesn't even really care.
When a girlfriend comes to visit, it's usually like, you got to stay for 2 days because it's going to take us
so much
2
time
days to check up. Now, Barack's come in, he's come out, and he's like, y'all still talking? He'll sit down for 5 minutes, be like, how are the boys? And the flip side, my husband, right? Because he golfs. And golfing takes as long as the first session of our, it takes 5 hours to golf. He'll golf with his buddies, come back, and be like, how's X? He's good. He's like, what'd y'all talk about? Nothing.
Hate to break it to Michelle, but guys don't get deep on the course. Normally, when someone rags on their spouse, there's usually a little love. Like, Jimmy, he never listens, but he looks cute in his suit. But that wasn't cute. Did she drop this podcast to distance herself from Barack so she could run for president? Every politician starts a podcast right before they launch their next campaign.
If she did, this would be the end of her campaign for president here. There's no way she can handle the heat that's going to come from broadcasting on YouTube and Spotify and Apple. And I'll show you why in just a second.
You, Gavin. And it turns out Michelle wasn't the only one who had problems with Barack when he was in office. Michelle says the kids were embarrassed too.
Every year we'd have the turkey pardoning. And that was the one thing that the girls would do at Barack, was to go stand next to him when he pardoned his turkey. Yes. And it was cute when they were little, but as they got older, you could see on their faces in the shots of them thinking, I would just poke my eyes out. Just right now, just get me out of here. I'm standing with my father telling these stupid jokes, next to a turkey. So by the time we got to the last turkey pardoning, they were done. They were just like, I'm out. I'm not going.
Michelle also revealing that she didn't want her husband running for president. That makes 2 of us.
Being married to the president of the United States thing.
Yeah.
that none of us kind of banked on. I mean, we knew Barack was smart and, ambitious, but, I think. But you talked me into supporting his run.
I did.
So her brother talked her into supporting Barack there. That's what she just said.
I was definitely like, nope, no way, this is crazy. We've done enough crazy stuff.
That's right. Barack came to me and he's like, I can't convince your sister to go along with this. And I'm like, whoa, go along with what? And it's like, I think I'm going to run for president. And I was like, what? I convinced you to not penalize him for being really good at what he does.
Don't penalize him, Michelle. That's the message everybody needs to know. You didn't penalize him. You let him run for president. And she didn't show up for the inauguration or whatever, and she didn't show up for Jimmy Carter's funeral. But somehow she found herself in LA, getting herself ready she's ready to do this podcast here. And so I took a look at their podcast just out of curiosity. Let me see if there's any clips about this podcast. I took a look at it. I listened to what the guy had to say on Fox News. Now, I didn't want to take his word for it solely. So I took a look at the podcast, and let's see what we got here. This is Michelle Obama's podcast. One of the reasons why I think it's going to have a hard time is because she, she's going to have to get dressed up every day to do this. And that's going to be, that's a chore. To do this every day or however long she, however often they do it, it's a production. Even just a little thing we do here, it's a production here, and she's getting on camera, and I'm sure she's going to be sensitive about how she looks, her appearance, and stuff like that. My screen seems frozen. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right, here it is. All right, let me see if I can minimize the screen. One of the things I want to show you is her views.
Or a day off,
Let me pull it
off other than his signed vacation days.
Never.
And I didn't know why. I just thought, he just had.
So this is her inaugural show here. The first show kicked it off here, and let me maximize it a little bit. See, it's March 12th, 2025. First show started off with Issa Rae, 12,000 views. 12,000 views. And Issa Rae, who she led out of the gate with. And I will say this, she did put timestamps in there. We look at some of the timestamps: crisis versus non-crisis moments. How many childhood friends remain? The difference in male-female friendships. Issa Rae joins the conversation. Friendship breakups, personal stories, struggles of a low-maintenance friend. Why friends assume you're too busy. Male friendship surface level until crisis. Like this, it just doesn't. There's nothing here that makes you want to listen or listen to them. Let's take a listen at the hidden struggles of hardworking parents. These two Ivy League educated, well-to-do people, and they're going to talk about the hidden struggles.
Sick day, or a day off other than his signed vacation days.
Never.
And I didn't know why. I just thought, he just had a great work ethic, which I think he did.
Which he did, but he never, it seemed like he was either never sick, which we know now was impossible.
Well, our father had.
Here's the first thing here. Like, this is the internet, baby. The gloves come off. You can't come on here looking like this. Calm down if this is how you're going to show up every day.
Multiple sclerosis. So I would imagine there were days that he woke up and he probably felt tired. He probably felt a level of exhaustion that came with the disease. But he just pushed through.
He just really just fought through it and didn't want to take any sick days. And
like too many folks in this country.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Theraflu firmly believes that the ability to rest and recover when sick should be a right, not a privilege. And I love that.
Is this nigga giving a Theraflu commercial? What?
Ability to rest and recover when sick should be a right,
Theraflu?
not a privilege. And I love that. Theraflu's Right to Rest and Recover campaign was created to help offset the financial burden that Americans without paid sick leave feel.
Like an ad placement within the damn show? It's fucking weird, right?
When they take a sick day. So far, 7.5 million workers have been impacted by this initiative, and Theraflu is committed to keeping the fight going. Because no one should have to work sick or choose between their health and their job. learn more or help someone.
Man, this is I can't believe you put an ad. I mean, these people don't even have to be out here shilling for ads like this. Damn. Fucking amazing. Michelle Obama doing a podcast. Former First Lady. And let's see what they're saying here. Guys, we're streaming on the John Galt clips. You may come in if you're on the Urban Landlord. You may have caught the kind of after we started here, but yeah, we're definitely on the Urban Landlord here and the Urban Landlord clips this morning. Matter of fact, let me see what's going on the Urban Landlord. Take a little time before we get into this more of this Michelle Obama. Any of you guys seen listened to some of the podcasts yet? I think she'd be better off not being on TV. Both of them. They're not that attractive people, and they don't have a face for TV. I'm not saying I'm the best looking, but damn, her brother is not that attractive either. And maybe they're gonna have some attractive guests. That would be a way to draw some viewers in there. But I don't think they're gonna be able to do it by themselves there. Let me see what's going on with the Urban Landlord here. See if we have anyone over there. Give me one second. Urban Landlord, what we got here? I've been scouring the market. I think I found me a new gaming PC. I was gonna buy a laptop, but I think I'm gonna get the desktop. Go with the desktop. I think that's the best bet there. Let me see what we doing on Urban Landlord. Let me pull that up. Where is the Urban Landlord? The Urban Landlord. What are we doing here? Oh, okay. I got you. All right. What's up, Stink D? Deacon Dave, you guys. Oh, you guys. Let me see. Which stream are you on? Let's see. Okay, you're on Urban Landlord. What's up? You guys are up early this morning. I'm always up early too. I put out a clip. Put link for clip channel. It's let me do it. I think it's the Urban Landlord clips. Sometimes you catch us there. Sometimes you catch us here. Let me put that link in the chat. We're gonna get that channel monetized too as well. Let me put that link in the chat. Where is that? It's a good idea. Stank D, I think I got your email. I think it was you to send me the email. And let me put that link in the chat. How's the performance on YouTube, by the way? I'm curious to know. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I guess you're getting buffering there. Damn. That's fucking crazy. How's the streaming going on your side, by the way? I'm seeing this thing is poor here. Not receiving enough video. Man, I'm hoping this new laptop resolves it because I do enjoy streaming here on OBS from OBS. I don't know why YouTube is saying that. It says open widget. Let me open this widget up, see what it says here. Poor. Stream health. It says poor. Let me see if I close some of these tabs now. Maybe that'll work. I dropped a stream. I guess it'll be premiering about 6:30 this morning. It's about rents going up here in DC. Rents going up. And I'm wondering, I'm thinking that maybe this Trump going back to office is part of why the rents are going up. But there's another thing that you guys may have noticed on the stream here. The face of gentrification looks a little different this time around. They're concerned about gentrification, but the face of gentrification looks a little different to me from a landlord's view. This one man's point of view. It looks a little different this time. Anyway, let me get back into this Michelle. I just wanted to check, see what you guys on the clips. You on the Urban Landlord channel. Let's get back into Michelle. And so Michelle's podcast here, I think she's going to have a hard way to go here. And let's take a look at some of the views that she's getting here. We had 12,000 views. And one of the things in the YouTube space is the comments are really where the people will tear you up. And so she has 500 comments under the first video here. The fact that Michelle Obama and her team are definitely going to see these comments is pretty entertaining, and it will be. Can she stand the heat? Can she stand the heat? I don't think she'll be able to stand the heat here. I'm surprised they left the comment section open. What happened to your chef? What have you done, Mike? Wow. Big Mike already. What else? Was making meat but salted 2 potatoes. Don't forget those red shoe party. I mean, the comments are absolutely brutal in here. Came for the comments. Wow, 8,000 views at this point for his debut show. I remember seeing Michelle Obama speaking at the Barclays Arena in Brooklyn. She probably had 20,000 people there. And here she only has 12,000 people. And let's say she did another 12 on Apple, another 12 on Spotify. That's 36,000 people. And the comments are absolutely brutal. Wow. There's no way this keeps going. There's no way they can take this kind of humiliation. I wonder what the comments open. Were they live commenting? That would have been brutal. Super chats? Do they take super chats? Who's going to send Michelle Obama a super chat? A billionaire in her own right. Her brother there, he's doing pretty well for himself. And let's see, no, they don't go live. That would be something if they went live. Ooh, that would be something if they went live. Let's see what the next one. Word for the wise, don't mess with Michelle Obama's big brother. What? 1,300 views? Wow. Wait a minute, this is Issa Rae. It's the first one. 12,000 views. This is 9 hours ago, 1,300 views. This is a day ago. Oh, this is a trailer, so they've only done 2 videos so far. Let's watch this trailer.
I am Michelle.
And I am Craig.
And Craig here is my big brother. He's done a lot of everything in life: business, coaching, basketball.
Or Mish, as our family has always called her.
We are so excited for you to listen to our brand new podcast. It's called IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson. Together, Craig and I are going to take your questions about the challenges you're grappling with in life. Because let's be real, we are living through some really complicated and confusing times, and people are feeling.
Guys, what kind of question do you think people would be sending in to ask these people? Man, are you Big Mike? Are you a man?
Feeling more alone than ever. But what I've learned is that if you're
Nigga, do you like white women?
feeling a certain kind of way, the reality is that others are probably feeling that way too. And when you take the time to be just a little vulnerable and open up about it, it's a whole lot easier to find the answers you're looking for.
Every week.
I mean, this is not an attractive audience here. I mean, the host, I mean, and it's going to be interesting. 19,000 views for the official trailer. It's probably mostly media and her single fans, but interesting. Oh, we saw this one. This is this first debut. This is the first one. And I mean, I'm surprised they didn't come up with anyone better. This is another one. Oh, these are only 2 minutes? They've only done one so far? And that was an hour with Issa Rae? What? Only one video so far. This ain't gonna last long. Let's see. Oh no, it's 2. Is this? All right, done in 4K.
A lot of people have questions they want to know, especially when they see somebody of note with a platform who, by every measure looks successful. The first question is
The
how?
comments are brutal.
I think this podcast, first and foremost, gives us an opportunity to hear from folks. We're going to be taking questions from listeners
No way
who.
they take just organic questions. They're gonna have to like filter these questions. No way they just take random questions. There's no way they just pop them up on the screen from StreamYard and just take questions. There's just no way they can do it. No way. I mean, look at it. They're gonna have to start monitoring the comments. They're probably gonna have to cut the comments off. Yep, someone's saying they're gonna have to disable the comments. 16,000 views and 90% are just people who wanted to tune in to clown. Yep. I just came for the comments. Just two down nerve brothers chopping it up. This is absolutely brutal here. There's no way. Raw and uncut, letting it all hang out. It's untucked with Big Mike and oh man, so these comments are brutal, bro. Just two dudes chopping it up. So wholesome, love to see it. All this for a damn flag. Now that's a quote. Oh yeah, I remember when she said that. I just stopped by to laugh at the comments. I hope clicking on it didn't count as a view. The funniest thing here is the folks they pay to be around them would be like, oh, this is a real winner. Which one's Michelle? Yo, her brother is not a good looking guy. A good start, IMO. Which one's Michelle? Wow. I mean, they're getting ratio seriously here. Y'all gonna get these comments disabled. What's up, dudes? Michelle immediately launches into a lecture on what she thinks normal people want and how she is providing. Wow. Let's hear a little bit more of this. And we'll read some of these comments. Wow, these people. Did she even put a table of contents here? Let's see. They're talking about their time back in Chicago. Sharing a bedroom, lessons from growing up together. Let's see if they talk about anything. They love to talk race. Why don't she talk race? Playing basketball, the meaning of fine. Let's see what she talks about here.
Life, which is his marriage falling apart.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake, and I've learned since then. But I talk about you all the time to people because now that you're an icon, people are like, "What's your sister like?" I was like, "Listen, this woman used to take care of me from the time when all the way back to when you used to play the piano for me before games. Yes, people, before my high school basketball games, my elementary school sister would play the piano so I could take a nap, and you'd play even after I went to sleep. You kept playing, teaching me how to dance.
Oh yes, you needed help
before I would go to the prom,
because he was on the court and he hadn't learned like some basic moves.
Yes.
So it's like, dude, your first dance, you got to. So we put on the record player, and
Man, when you look at her head, man, black women gonna be clowning her head, bro. Yo, black women are gonna be clowning her head. Looking like that? That ain't it. That ain't gonna hit right. That ain't hitting right there. That ain't gonna work. Remember there was another girl, the girl doing gymnastics or something. The black woman was clowning her head. I mean, look at Michelle Obama's head. Man, this looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're gonna get on the camera, you're a star. You're gonna have to have your head game right. Your teeth game gotta be right. You know, she's a big time star. Like, people are gonna be looking to troll her. Like, someone said there's no way she could go live. No way. She can't go live. She gotta curate this. And you know, part of her not being able to go live is because she can't speak freely. She definitely couldn't have a panel. She couldn't have me come up there. She couldn't have Stanley come up there. HB, she'd have to really curate her audience on a panel. And she has to curate what she says in this edited video here.
it gave you a couple
gave
moves
me-
that you are still doing to
I
this
still
day.
do these moves to
That's all
today.
you got. It's good though. It's you staying in the pockets.
Stay in there. But what I think about when I think about us relying on each other, when I made the move from corporate America to become a coach,
Yeah.
and the reason that was such a big deal was, I was a bond trader, sales person in investment banking and finance and big time job, really good living. And I was contemplating stopping that to go be an assistant coach on a basketball team.
Is basically saying, I'm going to go from being a millionaire to working for nothing.
Now, what does that tell you, people? What does it tell you? He probably couldn't cut it as a bond trader. And I don't think he did very well as a coach either. That's the interesting thing. The guy just couldn't cut it. He parlayed nepotism, as people love to hate, into a coaching job. He went from a bond trader to a coaching job.
Which seemed to be our overall MO, both you and me. But yeah, that was a big leap
Yeah.
to walk away from a very secure, lucrative career and pursue something that you love.
And you talked about how my love for teaching, like I always thought I was going to be a teacher. I never thought I would be a coach or an investment banker or even a basketball player. I thought I'd be a teacher or a cop or a fireman. You know, that was what we were exposed to. And you talked about how much you knew I loved teaching, I loved helping kids. And then you threw out what Dad would say.
Because Dad had passed by then.
He had passed by then, and you said, he would say, if you could find something you love to do, you're not working a day in your life. And that gave me the courage to go into my partners that I worked with and tell them, hey, I'm hanging it up and I'm going to be a coach. And everybody thought I was having a nervous breakdown because this was after the divorce stuff. So
It's like he's having a crisis.
yeah.
But even in that, I don't think you realize that you gave me the courage to do the same thing eventually. Because watching you make some major changes in your life,
This is so boring. This is so boring. I can't fucking watch this. I mean, what made, like, you know. What else are they talking about here? Barack's influence. Let's see what they're talking about here.
and walk away from guaranteed money and basically start over in brand new careers. But that's the beauty of having a big brother who's paving the way.
Yeah. And, you know, in more recent times, I mean, it feels like I can call and talk to you about anything. I mean, you know, we talk about the kids. Now, see, I have the younger kids now.
Well,
so
now you're on marriage number 2.
I'm on marriage number 2, and I'm a charter member of the ODC, the old.
Wait a minute, what? He married twice now? Craig Robinson. What's his name? Craig Robinson. Michelle brother. What? Marriage. This nigga done married again? Who he married to this? Craig Robinson. Obama. What, this nigga done got married again? Who is his wife? What? Let me see who this woman is here. What? Who is this? Nigga married? Who? How many wives? Is this his second wife or his first wife? Yeesh. 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 Somebody said he married a woman. He married a woman. God damn. God damn. God damn. God damn. That's his wife right there? What? Is this an article, a video? Oh, they got an Instagram? Let's see what they Instagram about. This gotta be annoying as fuck. Man, that is not an attractive panel there. Two co-hosts, not that attractive. What? Man, let me get back into his wife. Who is his wife again? Who is his wife? I mean, they getting a lot of promo too. This is Today. Was she on Today talking about her podcast? I'm sure Today was talking about it. Damn, they didn't do big views there. Let's see. I gotta find his wife though. This can't be his wife. Let's see. He closed it. Is this the current wife? What? What? Damn. Yeesh. Yeesh. More chaser. Some brand of clothing or something. Man. Damn, he didn't do too well on the women category. Jesus. Hey, who is this woman? Kelly Marcrum Robinson. Who is that woman? Who is she? Okay. Give me 1 second. Man, she is not that nice looking, I tell you. Who is Craig? That's her brother. We know who he is. We want to know who that woman is. He had 2 children by the first woman. Fuck all these ads and shit. Get all this shit out of here. This shit pisses me off. But where's the second wife? Damn. Anyway, fuck all that. Alright. Yeah, that was the old dad's club, whatever. You know what I want to talk about right now? I want to talk about any of you guys been following Jim Jones? Any of you guys follow Jim Jones at all? It's something about Jim Jones I wanted to bring up. I saw this the other day about Jim Jones. It was him on his perspective about living in the North and stuff like that. And let me see if I can pull it up. It was Jim Jones living in the North. And I found it rather interesting. Let me see. I hope I have it here. Let me see where I have it. I know I have it. Let's see. But he said something interesting. Man, I heard about Tiana Taylor. Any of you guys hear about, what was it, Shumpert or whoever? It seemed like he got off pretty easy with his divorce, by the way. Let me see if I can find this Jim Jones. Jim Jones. I tell you, this OBS will hog your system down. So I had to get a new laptop here, desktop here. Alright. But Jim Jones said something interesting I wanted to share with you. I'm done with Obama, so I close these tabs. Give my machine some space back here. Let me see if I can get this Jim Jones up here. Where is Jim Jones? So Jim Jones, he was on the Joe Budden podcast. What in the hell is taking so long here to load? Give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. Oh, by the way, we're gonna Monday. I think Monday may start before that, but definitely by Monday, we're going to be debuting a new format for our daytime shows. I'll give you a little bit of idea about that while my screen is loading here. So, tentatively, it's going to be a HB, John Galt, and Universal, and morning show. And we're going to be taking calls over the phone. And, you know, we'll let people come up from time to time. But we're going to be discussing the news, having batting it back and forth. HB, Universal, and John Galt there, debuting on Monday. Kind of be just a new format. We'll probably go into some different topics. We're covering the news for sure. What is taking my computer so long? But I hope you guys enjoy that format anyway. That's kind of what we'll be covering, how we'll be covering it there. Let me close one of these tabs. And so you guys can let me know in the chat what you think about that. Let me pull up Jim Jones, by the way. Jim Jones. Give me 1 second, it's coming up. I think I have it here. Jim Jones. Oh, yeah, I do have it right here. So I probably won't show it on the screen for you, but I will play it. Hopefully, the audio will come through pretty well. Maybe a couple clips here we're going to play of Jim Jones. Here's the first one here. I found this interesting. You tell me what you think. This would be kind of some of the stuff HB and Universal will be covering starting on Monday here. What was her major changes? Sounds like a transition. What the hell is taking on? I'll tell you. All right, let me pull this up here. And this video from Facebook. Let's see. But yeah, I've been listening to Jim Jones. I don't know why he shows up in my feed. It looks like I'm getting a poor status from YouTube. Hopefully that speeds up. You know, it could be my internet connection. It's one of the things I'm thinking. I wonder if it's my internet connection here. Because at one point it was healthy, and now it's a little slow. So let me see where I'm. We're pretty much up to speed on the stream. About 15 seconds latency there. All right, so let me pull this up. This is Jim Jones. We're gonna play like 2 clips of Jim Jones here. Here's the first one. Jeez, if it'll ever load here. Come on, what's up, guys? Hold on, is my internet that fucked up in here? All right. This is Jim Jones here. What in the world?
I was talking to Lauren before you got up here. We was talking about an interview you did, and you said you spent $20 million at the time of ball, and you ran through $20 million.
Yeah.
And I was counting your pockets. I was like, Jim loves cars, but he ain't love cars like that, right? Then I said, Jim loves houses. He ain't love houses like that. Jim has jewelry, but not $20
I'll move this down.
million worth. Where did you spend the $20 million?
This spend.
Damn, the screen is poor right now. The stream is poor.
Didn't living like my credit card sometimes like $120,000.
This reception is poor. Sheesh.
$1 a month. You heard that ain't got nothing to do with the everyday expenses. So
Well, anyway, you kind of get the gist of that. He admits to blowing $20
you know
million.
we deal with a lot of cash and stuff like that. So
I knew it was a lot of PJ. You was PJ King at one time.
this is
Well, you kind of get the gist of here.
what I'm trying to say. So if you jumping on a jet all these times and your jet bill sometime might be $500,000 a month just because of you trying to get plays. It's all added up. It's not like I spent it. Like it was just the accumulation during the ball and error through those few years where I was getting money, I was getting, and I was.
Well, you get the gist of it here. He spent $20 million, blew the money. And here's another article again here about Jim Jones. Hopefully this one will load. This is I think this is from Joe Budden, the podcast. Maybe I already have it loaded. No, I don't. It's kind of slow here for some reason. Give me 1 second, it's loading. Jeez. Jeez. It's either me or Twitter. I think it's Twitter. All right, here it is. Jim Jones explains to the Joe Budden podcast that Southern artists had an advantage when it came to business and home ownership. They were already grandfathered in because in the South they own houses, while in New York it's just project buildings. I won't show it, I'll just play it. How about that? And let's go.
What year was like your first hip hop check?
The first hip hop check, the diplomat check came in 75,000, maybe 01 or 02.
25 years. Because you know my brain going immediately go to real estate and brownstone costs in Harlem 25 years ago.
Bro, I would have been $500 million up.
Easy.
I had one person that told me, you did? Like, I'm making $50,000, $60,000 a show, $100,000 a show at the height of my shit. I could have been buying houses.
Per show.
You did? And that's the advantage that a lot of South artists have on us also. But that's because they didn't grow up in a big city, so dormant, and everybody stacked on top of each other. They grew up in houses, so all they know is how to buy houses, or the deed, your name signed on the deed. If your grandmother loses house, that's your house. So that's in, you know what I mean? That's in they.
And they don't be no projects like that down
Well,
south.
not to
No,
come
nothing
full
is
circle.
houses.
It ain't no
So
projects like that, so.
they learn the financial literacy because it's there.
By default.
Yes.
By default.
I mean, so it was like they have a big event. We didn't. We grew up in the projects. We grew up hustling and how to buy fly sneakers.
Wouldn't that be one of the main differences between a frat and a gang?
Is what?
No.
I don't know.
No.
That's what I'm asking.
Because there's a lot of fraternity dudes that grow up in the same circumstances we grow up
The
in.
environments.
So if I go get initiated in one of these frats and one of the OG frat niggas have information, I'm assuming that they're funneling it down. Am I off?
Yeah, but
That's
you could be a gang member and one of your old head gang members, like shout to, you know, I'm from Newark, so shout to them niggas. Them niggas is running around trying to bring the whole Newark together. You know the Newark niggas too. They trying to bring the Newark nigga and they giving information. Damn.
And that's pretty much all I wanted you to hear. That was Jim Jones there. And I'm going to play that one more time. Him on
And
Joe
that's
Budden.
the thing I had to learn late in life. You did, because somebody told me that, bro, you know how to make a lot of money, but how much business you know how to make? Start making business, and then business gonna make you money. You ain't got to talk to nobody no more.
What year was like your first hip hop check?
The first hip hop check, the diplomat camp in 75,000, maybe 01 or 02.
25 years. Because you know my brain going immediately go to real estate and what brownstone costs in Harlem 25 years ago.
Bro, I would have been $500 million up.
Easy.
I had one person that told me, hey, like, I'm making 50.
If he had one person, a nigga like John Galt, to tell him, bro, stop buying them gold chains. You still buying them. And just buy your brownstone or something. Just one every concert. The guy went on to say, you could have bought a brownstone every concert.
$60,000 a show, $100,000 a show at the height of my shit. I could have been buying houses
Per show.
You did?
Per show. I'd have been $500 million up. But now he's 50 years old, out here playing a young man's game. only if someone had
told me, you did? Like,
if someone had told me.
bro, I would have been $500 million up. I had one person that told me, you did? Like, I'm making 50.
If I had one person. Let's take a look at the comments here. Sounds like folks in New York City weren't hustling the right way. We know the South artists were selling music out of their car while joining a label, and while joining a label and get 10 cents an album. He said they had projects up north and projects in the South. It sounds like the projects didn't work out for them. The government gave them a place to live, people in the projects. Shit, they had to provide whatever little place to live, and that led them wanting to buy their own property. I think that's exactly what he said. That's his explanation for one man's explanation.
$60,000 a show, $100,000 in a show at the height of my shit. I could have been buying houses
Per show.
You dig? And that's the advantage that a lot of South artists have on us also. But that's because they didn't grow up in a big city.
And you know, I mentioned, I said, man, why didn't Jay-Z buy up all this shit right there in Marcy Projects? He'd have been a very wealthy man, just like what Jim Jones is saying. Not to say he isn't wealthy now, but he doesn't have any assets underneath that, just like Puffy. Puffy, the same thing. Anyway, we're probably going to come back to Puffy because I've been reading his kids are spending up a lot of his money. Anyway, guys, we'll cover these topics on the big stream. Hope you enjoyed the OBS presentation here. We're going to get it better once I get the better gaming laptop. It's going to be a lot better, I think. And anyway, hit the like button on the way out and make sure you support the channel. Again, we're going to have a new format coming up starting Monday. HB, Universal, and John Galt, 3-man crew there, talking about all the social issues you like to talk about, relationship from a psychologist's perspective. Universal gives us that unique perspective there. And HB, of course, you know, he's going truck and he gives you his monologues. And, you know, one of the things we talked about yesterday, we're going to start publishing his monologues to the Clips channel as well. Again, let me put that link in the chat for you who haven't subscribed to the Clips channel. Let me put that in the, let me see if I have that. Where can I put that? Let's see. Let me get that. Where is the Clips? Let me go get the Clips link. There it is. Someone may have it in the link here. Let me go find it. Give me 1 second. It's YouTube. And what is it? Clips. I think that's it, right? Clips. I think that's it. I think that's right. I think this is it, but you can check it just to make sure I got it right. Whenever I have that tab open, let's see. You can check to make sure I got it right here. Did I get that right? I think I got that right, yeah. Yeah, I got that right. And so starting Monday, we're gonna start off on the Clips channel with HB's monologue, and then we'll go live on Urban Landlord simultaneously, maybe not simultaneously with the Clips. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it, but we'll start off on the Clips and then go to the main channel, Urban Landlord. Yeah, the new format. HB, Universal, and John Galt there. Covering all the news. We have more news coming up this morning. But I have many more topics we're going to cover. We got some phone calls. We got another tenant we got to put up out of here. So we'll talk about that during the stream as well. It looks like the stream is back healthy here. So I did make some tweaks. Looks like we're back healthy. Guys, chime in. Let me know how the stream conditions were this morning coming from OBS. Let me know how that worked out. Oh, and by the way, there is the Urban Landlord Clips. For those of you watching on the Clips channel, here's the Clips. Give me 1 second, pull the Clips up. There are the clips. You can see we're live here. Urban Landlord clips. And you'll see a lot of videos. So a lot of times when we're live and you'll say, hey, clip this, you'll see it here. Looks like our stream is going back to poor again. We may get brave over there at some point. Yeah, we do have to be brave, channel. We ever crank that back up again. So you'll see like some of the clips here. This is from yesterday. You remember this? Some of the little clips there. This is an interview with Master Kim. If you wanted to hear that, you can find that here. And getting the street interviews, you see those here. So you can see some of that here. Jason Kessler, I think he was on the clips as well. And so there you go. And there's a pretty good preview of kind of how we're going to be formatting things going forward there. Well, I got a notification or something. I need to pay attention. All right. But anyway, guys, start off. I did a stream earlier. You'll see it. DC is once was white, then it was black. Now it's getting whiter again. But interestingly enough, you haven't seen me rent to many white people, mostly Africans. And so you see a city like Chicago and Manhattan, New York, I should say, New York cities. These are about the statistics for white people in those cities, about 33%, give or take. And so what I'm saying is that the Africans are coming in. You've seen me rent to maybe 4 or 5 Africans in the last month or so. And I can't be the only landlord renting to them. So anyway, you may see that stream come up about 6:30. You take a look, it'll be interesting. I think it's a good news for landlords there. Anyway, thank you guys for taking a listen. Please, we do ask you, make sure you support the channel here. I am John Galt. You can send Streamlabs, Cash Apps, or whatever, and any support is appreciated. Thank you very much. Have a good day.